I currently own two bikes, a trail bike and an enduro bike. But what's the difference between these two bikes? Why would I choose to ride one bike over the other? And which bike is right for you? This is my Trek Fuel EX. It's a trail bike, and when I'm looking for a trail bike, I'm looking for something between 130 and 150 millimeters of travel. I want the bike to be able to handle those long all-day pedals, but I still want beefy enough suspension on that trail bike to be able to handle the occasional gnarly downhill descent. Now when I take my trail bike out, I plan on throwing on my most comfortable riding clothes because I'm going to be doing some longer miles. Maybe I'm riding flatter trails or doing some of those black diamond climb challenges. Or maybe I'm riding a jump and flow trail like this one I'm about to drop in on right now, where you don't really need an enduro bike. These are the type of trails that you're gonna want that efficiency, that little bit lighter weight of a trail bike. You really just wanna be able to whip it over those jumps, rail it around those berms, have a ton of fun.
Woo! So much fun.
And then pedal your way right back up to the top to lap this trail over and over again.
This bike climbs so much better.
This bike has 140 millimeters of travel in the rear with that Fox Float X rear shock. 150 millimeter fork, got the Fox factory 36 fork on there, so plenty beefy enough suspension to be able to handle that occasional downhill trail. It's got a 64.5 degree head tube angle, nice steep seat tube angle, and this bike will really handle just about everything I throw at it. However, there's still times when I'd rather take the enduro bike out for a ride. Now my enduro bike is the Polygon Colossus N9. And when I'm looking for an enduro bike, I'm looking for a bike that falls somewhere between 160 to 180 millimeters of travel, a bike that can really handle those gnarly downhill trails, and I'm willing to give up just a little bit of that pedaling efficiency for that downhill capability. When I take my enduro bike out, I know I'm riding nothing but the gnarliest black diamond trails, so it's time to throw on that party shirt and the riding pants. I'm gonna take it just a little bit easier climbing on the way up, maybe take a couple water breaks, even flip those firm switches, because I'm really trying to conserve my energy for bombing downhill where this Polygon Colossus N9 really comes to life. Now I could ride a trail like this on my Trek Fuel EX trail bike, but I'd probably feel a little bit underbiked and definitely wouldn't be able to push myself to the limits like I can on my enduro bike.
Nighthawk trail. It's a little sketchy right here. Woo. It's definitely a trail you want to have an enduro bike on. Woo.
Now the N9 has 170 millimeters of travel in the rear, 170 millimeters of travel up front. It's got a beefy Fox Float X2 rear shock, a Fox 38 performance fork. It's got a 63.5 degree head tube angle, still got a steep enough seat tube angle to be able to get you to the top comfortably. However, this bike is definitely designed with enduro racers in mind, where you're not timing those uphill climbs. You're really just worried about that all-out capability and speed bombing downhill. But which one of these bikes is right for you? We really got to answer the question on what type of riding you do most often and what are the trails you ride most often. You the type of guy, you know, the trails that you ride are really those long, all-day pedals where pedaling efficiency matters and you only rarely need a little bit more travel to be able to handle the occasional black diamond downhill run, then a trail bike is probably perfect for the type of riding that you're doing. However, if you're the type of guy that doesn't care how fast you make it to the top, all you do is search out the gnarliest black diamond trails, you also want to be able to take your bike to the bike park and have a ton of fun there, then an enduro bike could be the perfect ride for you. Now, if you guys want to know more about either one of these bikes, I'll throw a video right down there. Make sure you guys check that out because I've done a ton of upgrades to this Fuel EX7 and this Colossus N9 to make them as capable as they are right now. But as always, it's not about me, it's about you guys getting stoked, going riding, and having some fun, people.